I want to ask you a question too, Britt. So I know your divorce isn't finalized yet. And, there are a lot of people that are like, a man or a woman shouldn't even be entertaining. Well, they think it's morally wrong for them to be entertaining people when their divorce is not finalized. So what are you, I just want to know, we having a real conversation. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, I don't agree with that. The finalizing of the marriage dissolving has to do with the business aspect. It doesn't have to do with the actual relationship. So if the relationship is done and it's final, that's final, then you can do what you want to do. And you just have to square off the business stuff. This is just squaring off the business things. So, yeah.
Zilla, I want to Zilla and Secret Identity. What are your thoughts on that? Starting with you, Zilla.
On
You in alignment with what Britt said or no?
she said something about it's a business and like so look okay, this is me now, okay, this is me back in the day. Your marriage was your marriage. Your boyfriend, that's your boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't met women that talk about they got a boyfriend and they didn't give me their phone number, okay? All right, that's the whole term. Remember when people talk about you can't have friends? He ain't trying to be your friend. Come on
Right.
now. Fuck you mean he talking about like, you can't have friends? Do you really want to be her friend, sir? Really? Then you don't. Okay, so I don't even say stuff like that. You know how women be complaining about that? I ain't never said that you can't have friends. I ain't never ever. Woman told me I couldn't have a number. I ain't become an immediate danger to her. Ma'am, you have a good day. See you later. You know what I'm saying? I'm up out of there. So this the becoming an immediate danger type stuff. We don't do stuff like that. The majority of men, we can take rejection. We get it every day. I don't get all the vagina I want. Okay, I was trying to get Beyonce 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Do you think I had a shot? No, I ain't had no money then. I ain't got no money now. But I'm working on it. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on Cardi B. You know what I'm saying? She about to be single. I might have a chance. I hit the lottery. You never know. I might invent something. Hey, I could have a chance, man, one day. But listen, it's just it really just depends on the person. I personally would never going forward deal with a woman that's married to a man and they haven't like fully dissolved that union. I don't care what business. If y'all still married, like we can have conversations. We could probably go on a couple of dates. But I personally would wish that y'all would like end that union before we entered into any type of contract. Like written or we try to date and try to really get to know each other. I know it's kind of backwards. I think that a man should really not even entertain a woman that's talking to you and she's still married to a man. I personally wouldn't do it now just because I respect that man. I don't even know him, but I respect him because I don't even believe in what women be saying most of the time. They be talking about the man ain't showing up and all. I'd be like, well, I got to hear his side. That's why I always tell men, go find that man and ask him what happened. You know what I'm saying? Don't just go take her word for it. Go get the man, talk to him, see what he got to say. Because the ex, you get his side of the story, she might not be such a great woman. You know what I'm saying? Some of these women is great, they're amazing. But go get that other story and you might learn something about it. So I personally just say don't do it. Let her end her marriage. Then y'all get to know each other and do whatever you got to do, and hawk to or whatever she gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever you gonna do down there. I don't know. Some of y'all doing that anyway. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't even worried about the relationship over. If the husband still live in the house sometimes, and y'all messing around with the girl in the car. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes y'all go to how you go to the drive through and both y'all he got to get you got to get her home before the man come home and y'all both hungry, so you get something to eat through the drive through, eat, and then you're like, no, we got 10 minutes, and then y'all go ahead and do something in there. I don't know what y'all doing in there, but y'all 10 minutes, and then you drop her off, and then the husband come and he don't even know, but they not together. They're not together, so it don't even matter. It don't even matter. That's all I'm saying. But I just say don't do nothing like that. That ain't right. Respect that relationship, respect that union. Because you wouldn't want nobody to do your wife. Just think about that. Your wife do that to you. You want her to do that? Would you want her to wait until the relationship over? Or you want to see her on Instagram with another man talking about she filed her papers and he in the comments talking about, yeah, girl, I couldn't wait. Like, come on, man. It ain't right.
I'm so sorry, y'all. I was kind of multitasking, so I'm kind of wanting to recap. But what it sounded like, if I'm hearing it correctly from Humble side, is that they're saying don't entertain, do not entertain somebody who's married, and don't try to get involved with that person? Is that
Yeah, basically, I just want to know, like, what your
okay?
thoughts are. If you
Okay.
think it's morally wrong for someone that's not like their divorce hasn't been finalized for them to be entertaining other prospects.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, truthfully, it is contractual agreement, and that you should not, you shouldn't. Um, Now I know it's kind of a murky gray area. It's kind of muddy because sometimes divorce can take like who knows how long, and it's
Right.
just it's hard how it plays out, and in the process of them going through these through these I don't know how to call it but through the divorce, that person, whether it's the husband or the wife, they can actually, I guess I don't want to say line of prospects because that sounds crazy, but they can kind of, I guess they can kind of talk to some people in the process. I think it's kind of too soon, with some situations. Now, if it's like 4 or 5 years down the line, it's like, why has it not been finalized? What is going on here? So,
Right.
me being the guy, I would be kind of, hesitant, and vice versa. If it's a lady trying to holler at me and it's been that long, it's been prolonged that long, I would want her to feel some type of way, like, why is it even taking this long? Like, what is the hold up? What's the case? Because that should have been done. But yeah, I don't know if I really entertain it to that point because at the end of the day, what do they call it? Karma, and who knows? Those two might eat. I'm not speaking about you, Brittany, but I'm just saying those two, the people that are about to get a divorce, might actually come to some kind of agreement or something, some kind of resolution, and be like, oh shit, you know what? I want to stick. I didn't realize that we both had issues here, or he had an issue and he fixed it, or she had an issue and she fixed it. Then they get together, so you're actually, I don't know, kind of taking somebody else down that road with you, and hopefully this makes sense. But I'm gonna land with
No,
that.
you're making complete sense, and that, like, at the end of like, whether people think it's morally right or wrong is the neither here nor there. Me personally, I'm with my brother, Zilla. Even though I'm a young man, I'm not entertaining nobody that's still, because they're still legally married. That's still legally someone's wife at the end of the day. And like my brother's secret identity just said, there are a lot of times where throughout the process, as time is stalling, reconciliations happen, divorces get called off. Cardi B's called off her divorce to Offset like 2-3 times. People think she's gonna call it off again this time. So it's just not really. I don't think it's a good investment of your time as a man or your energy as a man, because you don't really know how it's going to go until things is like super finalized.
Yeah, but you said Brittany looks sleepy. I am. It's late. Um, but if you're using celebrities, you can look at Nene Leakes, who got divorced from her whole husband and then remarried him again, and they did a whole special on it. So if it's going off of knowing that the situation with the ex is finalized by finalizing divorce, then good luck, because you never know. They could want to circle that back even after getting a divorce. So, or having a breakup, right? When you're married, yes, you have to go through legal proceedings to undo that marriage. But when you're not married and the relationship is over, you don't have to go through all these steps. You just say, I'm done with you, we're done, and then everyone starts dating again. But that's not the same thing. We have a legally binding relationship. It takes time, and there are a lot of things to unravel. And still, once you unravel those things and everything is finalized, that does not guarantee that she won't go back to that familiar place. So it's a risk whenever you're dating, no matter if you're dating a woman who's getting divorced or a woman who's single, it does not matter. You are
I,
at risk.
I agree. I just want to say, I'm obviously a changed person. You get to evolve in life. You get to, be better if you were wrong. But I'm on the side of the woman. I just want to be clear. She still need to get taken care of. Okay, that man don't want to do it. Okay, and I don't mind stepping in and doing it. Okay, I don't mind being the man to sexually please this woman because he wasn't taking care of her. Okay, he didn't take no direction. He didn't listen. She couldn't coach him. I get it. Okay, I'm there to do what he wasn't able to do. That's the whole purpose of me being able to slide in there. You know what I'm saying? So if she got needs and they need to be fulfilled, and that's your place as a man, go ahead and take care of that. You know what I'm saying? I can't go ask this man, is the relationship over? I mean, I would love to, but like, hey man, y'all make sure it's over. But I'm gonna go off her word, obviously. But I'm just saying, if you're telling me to have an option of knowing if a woman is still like in the relationship with the man and they're trying to figure it out, then it's gonna be a no. But if this woman, like, they divorced, she live in her own house, he hating and don't want to sign the papers, then we gonna make it work, okay? We gonna figure it out. But if you telling me, hey, she got 1 foot in, 1 foot out, because when you taking a person back, you're divorcing them, then you're not divorcing them, that's in and out, okay? When once I go in and out, ain't no more in and out, okay? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, can I say this? Zilla, no. Sometimes, because you can't just automatically just say, oh, well, I'm taking the woman's side because of X, Y, and Z. That's not always the case. Sometimes it could be the fact of, because you said she needs her needs met. It could be a case where she could be the one who's causing some situations. Hopefully that makes sense to where, how can I explain it? Because I don't really want to ruffle feathers.
No. Go ahead and say it, brother. I get you. Trust me. You saying, like, don't just trust her. The man, she could have been doing wrong, and I'm just listening to her, and she was the one that was doing wrong.
That's pretty much what I was saying. That's more of a rated G version of what I was going to say. Yeah. That is it. That is it. That's what I'm trying to say. So who knows? It could have been the guy. It could have been the woman. So we don't know that part. So we're sitting here just going by, oh well, he didn't do this. He didn't blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? And because I've been in that situation where I'm sitting here listening to her, talking crazy about this dude when in fact it wasn't even him. You got me? So that happens a lot to, both men and women.
I agree. Me personally, I'm never really invested in the guy's side. I'm only invested in the woman's side. I don't really care if he was showing up for it, he wasn't showing up for it. It's my job now. I'm next, okay? Now I got to show up for it. So much so that it moved him out the way. Because now if he did have a chance with it, he don't now because I'm in there. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I look at it. But obviously, the woman going to tell me whatever she's telling me, and I choose to believe it, or I can dive into it. My thing is, us as men, we ain't finna go ask the man what the deal is. We going to take her as her word. So I only can go off what she say. Her actions going to meet up with them, at some point. I would think so.
But you kind of contradicted yourself, though. He contradicted himself because, sorry, I'm not trying to throw you in the bus, but you did say, hey, fellas, if I'm going to mess with this woman, you better go ask this guy. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, and that's a good point also, Zilla. It is good if you can communicate with this guy to see exactly what was going on with X, Y, and Z, because at the end of the day, they can tell us anything. And we're going to sit here and believe it blindly without even trying to confirm if this is the truth or not. But you did kind of contradict yourself.
I want to say something though. That's where it's kind of different between. I kind of like Britt was saying not too long ago. Like a woman being in a relationship, just like a boyfriend girlfriend relationship, and a woman being married. And like Kev said, look, at the end of the day, bro, like we be having relationships with women. Whether I'm not, their boyfriend is not my friend, or their husband is not my friend. He's not my concern. But that's the thing. Like when you know that a woman is not married and has never been married before, or if it's just a woman that you really don't know, you just getting to know her, like all of that stuff doesn't even matter. But like just hypothetically, like I know Britt has been married. So if I hear that Britt is going through a divorce, like with my principles, I'm going to want to make sure that, all I care about is her actually being legally like divorced. I don't care about whether it's irreconcilable. I don't care about why she's getting divorced. I'm not about to go to try to hit up Jeremy like, hey man, why are you guys getting divorced? Like, what was Brittany doing? I could give a fuck, bro. I really don't care. Like, I just want to know that you're legally divorced now. You know what I'm saying? That is signed, sealed, and delivered. It done been put in the mailbox. You are a free agent. You are an unrestricted free agent out here now. That's all I care about. I don't care to go talk to the man to figure out why they getting. I could give a damn. So
I'm I just want to clearly state this. Look, me personally, look, it wasn't no contradiction of me. I was just saying that there are women out here who will tell you all these sob stories about what the man was doing. This is what I was talking about prior, okay? You listening to this woman tell you how terrible this man is, okay? And men are understanding that they want to be a different type of man because of that man. That's all I'm talking about. I'm not talking about me. That man is hearing this woman one side of the story. What I'm saying is that for those men that are listening to that woman, I ain't talking about me. I don't listen to that. You telling me sob stories about this man don't make me like you anymore. Some of the men, they gonna feel sorry for you. Oh, let me come and do what you need your bills paid. I'm not doing all that, baby. I don't do all that. You feel me? You telling me all this negative stuff about him, I'm thinking in my head, what really would happen? That's why I said go ask the man what happened, because you listening to her and you feeling sorry for her, but go ask that man, it might be a different story. Not me, that don't happen to me, okay? That's so I ain't contradicting nothing, all right? All I'm saying is that if you a man, okay, in a relationship and you intentional, there's just a difference. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no contradiction, my brother. I promise you.
Okay, I got you. But hey, but still, at the end of the day, it still is a good move, though. I'm sorry, I don't do it either. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, hey, so you know, let me go holler at your dude and see how this was, how your relationship was. Did you abuse him? And
Right.
I ain't gonna do all that. That's too much work.
Yeah, I don't care about that, but that is, damn, man. Man, bro.
No, you couldn't see it. You couldn't see it. Let's just say Brittany, right? Brittany right here, beautiful woman, right? She been married, okay? She getting divorced. I'm gonna throw the scenario out there. Y'all been kicking it, hanging out. She ain't married. She ain't married yet. She ain't married no more. She divorced. She at the point where she divorced now. Okay. Now y'all, just like y'all don't know each other. I know y'all friends. We all friends. We all here. We just random. Okay. Beautiful woman. Not even just Brittany, just a beautiful woman. Okay. You kicking it with her. She divorced. She got 4 kids. The kids sleep in the house. You in there on the couch. You got a fruit snack in your hand, one hand. You got a juice box in the other. And y'all been hanging out. Y'all done watched a couple Netflix movies, and then it said, are you still there? You know what I'm saying? And she didn't tap your shoulder talking about, you'd have been over here a couple times. I just want to go ahead and give you a little something. You know what I'm saying? She'd have rewarded you for investing. You'd have been intentional.
Brother, look, I said this before. Listen, look, bro, I don't have anything against single mothers. I have relationships with single mothers. That's why when people be like, oh, if you know that, you don't have any interest in being a stepdad, or that's not something that you're sure of that you want to do, that you should stay away. Like, bro, like these, and I've said this before, these single mothers don't be having a preference of dating men with children. Their preference is dating childless men. A lot of these women don't want to be a stepmother. They already know everything that entails being a mother with their own kids. They don't want to go deal with that with somebody else's kids. And they don't want to deal with the possibility of dealing with somebody else's baby mama or baby mamas. So a lot of these women, their primary choice is childless men.
Personally, my preference is men with children. I do like other kids. I am a girl's girl, so I do want to partner with baby mamas.
That's cute, but we're not talking about you. We're talking
I
about
would say personally, I don't even know if is that really true? Where if people who have kids don't want to deal with other people who have kids, because I've never heard that.
You never heard what?
From the women I know who have kids who are getting divorced and they're dating out and they've gotten remarried. I've never heard them say this. They tend to marry someone. I've only had one friend who married somebody. Yeah, only one who married someone who did not have other children. It was only one.
Bridge. Even with our difference in age, I have relationships with women your age. I have relationships with women older than you. Like I'm very confident and sure of what I'm speaking on. Like again, you're the woman in your circle, your associates and friends. They may be different, but we talking about majority of these women. Like I don't even, to be honest with you, I don't even. I'm a man. I'm a childless man. But I don't even think majority of men with children want to date or want to be in relationships with women that got children either, especially because they know the financial implications that come with it. That's what I honestly think. I think a lot of these men with children want to deal with childless women as well. You know, like
Yeah.
once people got one kid, but we were talking about multiple kids at that.
Multiple tuitions, it's expensive.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
he's absolutely right. I mean I'm a father myself, so I gotta have resources from my own kid. I don't plan on taking from her to provide for another. I mean I'm not saying that I'm not going to help contribute, or if I meet somebody that I'm not going to be invested in their life. But that's definitely a gamble. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot to be, because you invest in time. That's why it's important to be intentional, because then you're not worried about if it's a bad thing or if it don't work out, because it's got to work out. I mean, there used to be a time where divorce wasn't an option. Clearly, divorce is such an option that it's 50%. But like if you go into it like, hey, we gonna actually make this work, and they got kids, then they got kids. But if you're asking like the majority of men, if they would rather date a woman that got kids or don't got kids, obviously they're gonna say a woman that don't got kids. They want your time. If you know anything about a mother, you gonna always come second to the child. And some men are very selfish, just like some women are very selfish. There's plenty of women that say they won't date a man because he got a kid, but that's because they're normally dealing with men who don't have their kids full time, or they're dealing with men who are already selfish and making kids and they don't want to take care of them. That's why I said, me personally, when I take care of my daughter, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really have that issue with women. I can demonstrate that I am a good father. I can demonstrate that I'm a decent man. I can demonstrate that I'm not like these other jerks. You know what I'm saying? So I'll have an end just because of that. Because a woman not gonna come in my household paying bills or taking care of my child. She got a mother. She's there for me. She ain't there to do no hair or clean up nothing. I got to wash and dry, load my washer and dry, wash my own dishes by my hand. You know what I'm saying? Like if she coming into my household, she in there kicking it like, damn, I don't got to do nothing in here. What's going on? So she's intrigued. I mean, but it's different. This is not the same. That's why I say men. It depends on the man. And some women, they use the representation in front of them instead of the representation of each man individually.
I want to give Brett this perspective. So I'll paint this picture for you. So we have the point that Noble made. He said, "Hey, some women would prefer men to not have kids at all," and this is what I can show you. So say for instance, she's already done her due diligence. She's already raised her kids up, right? They're grown. They're about to be out of the house. These kind of cases. But let's say a man comes into the equation and he has like a kid that's like still young. That means that she's going to have to go back around and do it again. And she's ready to get out of that. So I can kind of understand why some women would say no to a guy that has kids. You got what I'm saying? It could be a burden to them. It could be like, hey, I'm ready to live my life and vacation and do all my fun stuff. I already raised my kids. I don't want to have to deal with this. And now I'll leave it with that.
Yeah, no, I understand what you mean. It just depends on where they are and what the situation is and the woman. I love babies. There's actually someone chasing after me now because of my love of babies. That he brought his baby into a situation that I was in, and she was like 5 months old, and he was no longer. He was divorcing his wife, and the first thing I did was like, oh my god! Like I just grabbed the baby and I took the baby, and so now that became a thing of him now chasing me because of my love and attention for his baby. So I get that, maybe some men who have children, they are looking for women who are going to be like second mother figures to their children, or they feel comfortable being with that woman because that woman likes children, versus a woman who doesn't have any interest in children. You have them, it's not going to be a good fit. I totally get that. But all these things exist. And I think it's unhealthy to tell women that their options are so limited because they have children or because they're above a certain age, when everyone has different puzzle pieces that they're trying to make fit into their lives. And you might be that piece, and so you might be a better fit than a woman who doesn't have children, or a woman who doesn't have children might be a better fit. It just depends on the situation.
Britt, look, you're a very smart person. Listen, at the end of the day, Britt, if majority of childless men and women have a preference of dating other childless men and women, then that automatically is going to make men and women that have children, that is automatically going to limit their options. That's like us trying to say,
But that's
Britt.
in reverse as well. People who have children might have preferences to date other people with children. It's the same difference.
Right. Okay, true. Okay, but okay, Okay, but it's still limiting their options though. That's what I'm trying to make.
No, and that's why I'm saying there's a puzzle piece for everybody. Like
True.
it just depends on the situation,
Right.
right?
Okay. Because like we can't go somewhere. We can't go to the prison in New Jersey and tell some guys that are 7-time felons that are going to get out in 2025 that, hey guys, when you guys get out, even though you're a 7-time felon, you have 7 felonies, you're gonna have your pick of the litter when it comes to jobs, and
Oh,
it's not gonna have any effect on
but
you. Like,
but men who don't have children aren't always the pick of the litter. Many times, the men who have children, who are divorced, who are starting over, are the men who have more stability. They're more grounded, and they're less immature. So I wouldn't necessarily call men who don't have children the pick of the litter, because I personally don't see that as the case. I've had men who have children or don't have children come toward me, and the men who have children are far more qualified
right.
than the men who don't.
Because most of the men that have children are older, either in your age demographic, but you're even in your case older than you. And like, if most men in your age demographic, if they don't have kids now, I mean, are they really even trying to have kids? Like, probably for the most part, not really. So
Or maybe
yeah.
they're just now settling down and they want to settle down, so they start to have a conversation with me. But to me, they're not equipped to have a conversation with me compared to a man who already has children. For majority of the case, of course, I'm not going to broad stroke. I'm just saying for the majority of the situations, that's not the case. And I don't feel, and I think it's unhealthy to tell women that if you don't have children, that all of a sudden if you have children, also the women who don't have children are going to beat you in this weird competition, because that's just not true.
Yes, it is.
That's just not okay. I can't speak for everyone. I can just speak for my personal experience. That's just not true. That's just in my personal experience, that just hasn't been true. So that's all I can speak to. I can't speak to everyone else's,
Britt,
but in my personal experience, this is not true. As far as like trying to establish a family, that's just not true. It's just not.
We not
It's
even
a
about to
lie.
argue.
I think it's a lie men tell to women to keep them in their place, to keep them humble, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the purpose is, but that's just not true. It just depends on your situation.
I've known Noble to like mainly talk to women that got kids. So the whole I guess misconception about women won't be able to find somebody is not the truth. Like Noble, I've known Noble for a minute now, and I know that he normally goes for those.
Hey man, listen, hey man, you attractive man. Hey man, I'm over here talking all this stuff. It's stepdaddy season coming up, man. These kids starting to go back to school, man. Football coming up, man. Listen, man. These kids need a stepdaddy. But no, Britt, we gotta be real when we have these conversations. Because if we don't be real when we have these conversations,
I can
we're
only
gonna have
speak from my perspective. I can only speak from my perspective and what I've read. And from my perspective, that's just not the case. And I don't know why people keep telling women that, because that just has not been the truth.
Well, I'll say this. I am a father, obviously, but if I were not a father at my same age, there's no way there's no way I would be dating a woman that had any type of children as of right now. Like with my mentality that I got right now, I'm talking about my same everything besides being a father. I wouldn't personally date any woman that had a child at my age. Personally, I'm already trying to live my own life, and you're telling me that now at my age, my big old age, and I'm about to start fathering children and taking care of a woman. Like, I'm already gonna have to take care of a woman like she's a dependent. I know women aren't dependents and women are earning their own money, but we're talking about modern women today. What we see on this app and what we don't see on this app, because I think 62% of the country don't even use this app. It's like 37 point something people have this app in this country. So like the majority of the United States don't even use TikTok. So we can't really just, use the reality of here. But I'm just saying, like, me personally as a man who knows what it takes to take care of kids, and I'm a father now. If I didn't have a child, there's no way I would sign up to be a parent to a child that is not mine. Absolutely not. Not even financially. Even as a rich man, I would never just be paying for stuff and taking care of a woman just because. There's too many irresponsible individuals, women in society who've lived off that crutch for so long. Now that blanket is gone. The empathy is gone in a lot of men. They're not interested, especially these younger men. And a lot of these young women got a lot of children too. They got more women. They got more children than some of these older women. I got homeboys that was younger than me, and they got more kids than me. I got one kid, and they got multiple children by multiple different women. Some of them, but it's just not something I would sign up for. Just even financially, it's not a good investment for you as a man, especially if you get no return out of it. I'm not saying pay for a kid and hope that they pay you back. I'm just saying, like, if you raise a kid till they 18 and then the mother divorce you and don't talk to you no more and the kids, you didn't build enough relationship with them and they don't talk to you. I would think that if you paid their way for all that loan, you would have built some type of relationship. But you got men who have been duped by women, 37% of men who are raising children that are not even theirs. They're supposed to be theirs and these are their wives, but the kids are other men's. So there's a lot that goes into it. Men aren't going to sign up to deal with the headache of dealing with children, emotions, a woman, a baby daddy, sometimes multiple baby daddies, sometimes multiple dangerous baby daddies. It just ain't going to work. Not for me. Not knowing what I know, I wouldn't do it.
And listen, when you're signing up to date, we just talk, and bro, for the most part, we're just talking about like a woman having one, maybe two kids. We talk about breeding. We're talking about 4 kids. We're talking about Montessori school. We're talking about, foreign language learning. We're talking about extracurricular
the tuition
activities,
is wild.
karate, taekwondo. So just think, secret identity is Zilla.
And I'm gonna hype you. If you have kids, I'm gonna hype you to put your kids in it.
So you gonna have to start paying for school too.
You gonna have
this ain't public school.
Whatever expense your kids had, I'm gonna make your kids' expenses even more because I'm gonna make sure your kids are in private schools too. If they're
imagine.
I'm gonna upcharge whatever you already had going on.
Imagine. So you signing up to date a woman that got 4 kids, Montessori school, all these extracurricular activities, bruh. What? Come on, dog. You put in as a man, should a man even be putting somebody else's kids as his beneficiaries on important stuff to a woman that he's not even married to kids that's not even his?
Of course. Okay. I'll say, I don't know. Maybe that's the right thing to do. I don't know. I'm just like,
what?
I think
because if I married a man who had kids,
he said
I
not
would
married.
1000% change my will.
I said not married.
He said not married. Not married.
I wouldn't entertain a conversation not married.
No. He said make them beneficiaries. Should they used to? You said yes.
But beneficiaries if you're married, yeah.
No, I'm talking about not being married.
I don't know about not being married. To me, that's not a real relationship.
Oh, okay. All right, we get it. But I'm just saying, you got to understand that. A man, clearly he's built some type of relationship with these kids if he's been with this woman for however long, even if they're not his kids. I'm not saying there's not a man out there. There are a lot of women that think that there are enough men. First of all, there's not enough black men to date black women in general. Like, there just aren't enough, right? We can agree upon that. There are not enough numbers wise, because not only do black women want black men, Asian women want black men, white tea women want black men, German women want black men. I'm just saying, there's such a large portion of women that want a man that they're going to grab at these men as much as possible. They're going to be nourishing, loving, supportive. So if they get a woman who is less than that, or doesn't even value him, or says that he's not important, or because he doesn't have a degree, that he's not as smart as her, or because he makes $10,000 more than her, that he's broke, or because he drives a car that's paid for, but yet she got a lease and it's a BMW.
But men like that.
Hold on. I got a couple
men
more.
like all that complaining.
Well, hold on, one more, and then we got you got the women that say they don't date men who have roommates, but this man got half of his income as a disposable income, but yet these same women will have a baby by a man who's living with his wife. I mean, I just don't understand. What, he can't have a roommate, but he can have a wife. I don't know. I got it.
Who are these women? Who are these people? Say this.
Hey, could I add this right quick? And I guess I'm gonna probably drop. I was gonna say, okay, so I have a kid. I have a girl, baby girl. So I think if I was going to get with somebody, I would want to be with somebody who already has kids, and hopefully she doesn't want any more kids because I don't think I want any more kids. So that'd be beneficial to me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to take somebody in that doesn't have any kids because at the end of the day, she might want to have kids, and then I'll be the one who's like, I don't want any more kids. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be fair. It wouldn't be fair to her. At the end of the day, because I don't want to take it from that. I was going to say this other comment. So I read a comment at the bottom. I think it's from Chase. I think that's his name. He said something like, sometimes we can step in and be the stepfather, but not be able to have those type of
Authority.
authorities. Yeah. We're not able to. And again, the disciplinary action doesn't have to be, physical. They won't even let us do the verbal, and it's weird. At the end of the day, you're signing up for being a stepfather, a father to try to help guide those kids as well. You're taking on a different task, but still it's a father. But some women do not allow those men to even do that part. So it's difficult. So that's why come some of these guys don't even want to entertain that thought of being a stepfather. So hopefully that makes sense also. But yeah, hey, I'm a drop, brother. I got
Appreciate you, brother.
Yes,
Always appreciate the support. Always appreciate the love. You have a great day, brother. Have a great week.
nice meeting y'all. Okay, y'all take care.
Hey, salute, my brother.